This video contains spoilers. Watch the fucking show! So guys, I think I made it pretty clear in my first video on Slime Isekai that I like the show. I thought it was great for a lot of reasons, one of the big reasons being that it got back to the roots of what makes Isekai so good. It didn't do anything too crazy, and it kind of just focused on day-to-day interactions and developing these characters slowly but surely. However, as I stated in that video, I had not seen Season 2 of Slime Isekai yet. And Season 2 of Slime Isekai took it to a 10. I liked Season 1 of Slime Isekai. I love Season 2 of Slime Isekai. So Season 2 of Slime Isekai kind of starts out on a slower note. It really starts off with just interactions, you know, we're talking to the animal kingdom, he goes to visit the dwarf kingdom again, and honestly, things kind of bumped around a lot. But all of this simultaneously functioned as a rising action to, in my opinion, at this point, the best arc in the show. And this is the Kingdom of Falmouth arc. Things in this arc really changed a lot of how I viewed the show, because at this point, there hasn't been anything too damaging happening to Rimuru. He has had problems for sure, but he's been able to resolve those problems with very little issue for the most part. However, this all changes with the introduction of the Kingdom of Falmouth. And I love the fact that we introduced Hinata Sakaguchi, which is a human character that has power on par with Rimuru. It adds another layer of threat to the world coming from the human side, which we haven't really seen too much of at this point in the series. I loved this arc so much because it spent a lot of time focusing on the side characters. And Slime Isekai has such a huge side cast that you don't think you can get really too deep into any of them. But because we've spent an entire season with these people, while not being the main focus, we're still familiar with them and the events that happen with them still impact us. And I'm just so shocked at how good this show was at capturing that feeling of despair and anger and sadness that's surrounding Tempest after its invasion. I also love how his actions at the beginning of the series were reflected in what happened. Another thing we're introduced to is more Otherworlders, and I like the fact that by adding in these Otherworlders from Falmouth, we're showing a duality to the Otherworlders kind of thing. You know, not everyone that comes here is gonna be a good guy. It also shows you that everyone's circumstances are different in this world, and a lot of people are kind of just products of the surroundings that they're in. It adds a little bit of realism to a fantasy setting, which is always appreciated. And of course we have the climax with Rimuru launching his attack on Falmouth, and holy crap, I got chills in those moments. Honestly, that scene, it's probably the greatest scene in all of Slime Isekai. What I really love about this scene is it's just a culmination of everything that's happened up to this point. Rimuru, up to this point, has been a very friendly and passive person. He doesn't go looking for trouble, he tries to be friends with everyone, and he just wants to live a peaceful life and share it with other people. Those are his ideals, and those are the things he strived to attain. And it's in this moment that he realizes he needs to reconcile his ideals with the realistic nature of the world in order to protect the people he cares about. And I love the fact that the music playing in that scene is so somber, because this moment isn't supposed to be a triumphant victory or anything like that. Rimuru doesn't want to kill these people, but he doesn't really have a choice in it anymore. What the scene is a needless massacre that was brought about by another country's greed. The violence isn't glorified, and it isn't even brutal in any sense. He just quickly and painlessly eliminates the army. And I think it's at this point that Rimuru realized that no matter his intent, there's gonna be people in the world that will meet his outstretched hand with violence. It was just such a powerful arc, and all these deep, emotional, complex issues were brought up. It made not only the characters, but also us as the viewer question the actions that Rimuru has been taking this entire time, even though, for the most part, I've agreed with what he's been doing. It just played on the duality of ideals and realism, and that's what I loved about this arc so much. And honestly, even after finishing Season 2, I still think the Falmouth Kingdom arc is the best arc in the show. However, the next arc, the Walpurgis arc, is still amazing. I love the Walpurgis arc for the main reason that once again, it opened up the world of Slime Isekai some more. Being introduced to all the demon lords and finally getting to learn more about these people. We've been talking about them for so long. And really, the Walpurgis arc functioned not only as a wrap-up to the Falmouth arc, but also sort of wrapping up all the outside manipulations of Clayman in the middle, and then climaxing with Rimuru's confrontation with Clayman at Walpurgis. This arc felt a little more like traditional Slime Isekai, but what I thought was really interesting in this arc is that we kind of see Rimuru's new personality on full display when it comes to dealing with Clayman. Rimuru's done playing around, and he's done being the nice guy to people that want to spit in his face. If you threaten him, and if you go after his friends, he's going to kill you. And really, that's one of the things I love so much about the Walpurgis arc in terms of Rimuru's character development, is that these changes are now fully on display for everyone to see. And of course, like I said, Walpurgis was great because we get to meet some new characters. I love Guy. He's like probably my new favorite demon lord. I love Guy. He's the best. Also, we get to learn more about Leon finally, and now I have some mixed feelings about the guy. It's weird because he doesn't seem like a truly malicious person. He's really just more apathetic than anything else. But he doesn't come across as like a truly evil person, which is the vibe I got during the whole Shizu arc of Season 1. I just like that we're looping back to a lot of the points that were in Season 1 in Season 2. And the funny thing about Walpurgis is that we're introduced to all these characters and all these demon lords, whatever, but they don't really act like you think for demon lords. I did like the Walpurgis arc. I thought it was really good. I mean, it did wrap up everything with Clayman, which has been going on for so long, and I was starting to get sick of this guy. I wanted him dead, but it also just felt like it was setting the stage for the next part of the show. Because during this arc, we find out, you know, Clayman is at the bottom of a ladder of a lot of other people that are trying to fuck with Rimuru. And then of course Yuki, the guy who runs the school, being like the mastermind behind everything. Obviously we have a lot more to work with here, and there's going to be more conflicts on the horizon. But now that Rimuru has allied himself with a lot of the other demon lords, I'm wondering how this is going to affect their plans. So really guys, Season 2 of Slime Isekai just took everything I loved about the first season and added a lot more complexity and emotional complications on top of it, and it was just amazing. I was just shocked at how well the show performed doing these kinds of things, considering it didn't really focus too much on these kinds of things in Season 1. There were emotional moments in Season 1, absolutely, like all the stuff with Shizu was ripping my heart out in Season 1, but the majority of the show was just, you know, the day-to-day life of Tempest and running a town and going to school and teaching the kids and helping the kids and stuff like that. And then in Season 2, we spend an arc focusing on atrocities and slaughter and all these awful things. The show just turned up to 11 in Season 2, guys, and that's why I like it even more than I did Season 1. So guys, what did you think of Slime Isekai Season 2? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to hear some feedback from you guys. If you enjoyed this video and you like Slime Isekai, don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. And if you aren't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification to let you know when I post in the future, and it's free, guys. You can't beat free, come on. So with that being said, thank you all for watching to the very end of the video and listening to my thoughts on Slime Isekai Season 2. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.